Hey all, here OS Reviews. A few months back, we did a review on the PaMu Slides. These were pretty cool TWS wireless earbuds with solid audio quality and an interesting slider mechanism for the battery case. They also support wireless charging not only for the earbuds, but the case itself can act as a wireless power bank for smartphones. As we can see here with this Samsung Galaxy Note 5, we've just put the phone on top and it's charging it up wirelessly. So a really cool and unique design. Well, now the company is back with a cheaper, smaller variant, which is called the PaMu Slide Mini, and these sell for $59. So it's about $10 to $20 cheaper. As the name implies, the design of the earbuds are actually exactly the same as before. In fact, it's still using the exact same Qualcomm chipset, which supports aptX, the same drivers inside, and it has the same battery life as well, lasting for around 10 hours on a single charge, which is definitely on the longer side. The only difference is the design of the battery case, which is now a lot more compact and traditional looking. In fact, it loses the slider mechanism. It has a traditional door that opens and closes just like the majority of other wireless earbuds. Now, with a smaller battery case, the overall battery life has also been slightly reduced. You get about 3 charges now using the battery case compared to 6 charges on the larger full-sized slide. So this will last for a combined total of 30 hours, which is not shabby. It's competitive with the AirPods and Redmi AirDots, but definitely not quite as long as the 60 hours from the originals. However, the case itself still retains the Qi wireless charging capabilities, in addition to the same support for quick charging, where 5 minutes can give you an hour of playback, which is quite impressive. Other accessories include a small carrying pouch. There's also the spare silicone tips and wings that you can use to get a more custom fit. These tips are also labeled in terms of their size, so you can understand it a little bit better, and there's also the user manual. Taking a closer look at the design of the battery case, it is again pretty compact. It's made out of polycarbonate plastic, and then on the side here is where we have the USB Type-C port for charging, again if you don't want to use wireless charging. And then just some LED lights on the front that will glow when the earbuds inside are being charged. The door here is magnetic, so it closes with a satisfying click. We are talking about a very small case, easy to tuck away into a pocket. Here they are next to the Redmi AirDots, also pretty similar in terms of overall dimensions. The original PaMu Slides, you can just see how much smaller they are in terms of size. They are actually more than 50% smaller, as you can see. So this is a lot more compact, whereas the originals were a little hard to put away into a pocket because of how bulky it was, even though it is very ergonomic and has a long battery life. But this is more meant as a commuter style, so if you want something more lightweight, but the same overall sound quality for the earbuds themselves, that's where the minis come into play. Taking a closer look at the earbuds themselves, again, exact same design as the original slides, so nothing has really changed there. And there's also a touch-sensitive area that you can use to play and pause the music, skip tracks, answer phone calls, and more importantly, control the volume. You can actually long hold on either side to raise the volume higher and lower, which is a feature that I think is really nice. And it's unfortunate that not every pair of TWS earbuds actually has it. There's also a silicone wing on the outer edge here that makes them really grippy, and when you're wearing them they feel extremely snug fitting, not loose at all, but at the same time pretty comfortable even for extended periods of usage, which is important because again they can last for around 10 hours before you need to pop them into the case for a quick top up. Yet at the same time, the design of the earbuds are not significantly larger than say the regular AirPods, even though the AirPods have less than half of the battery life that these get. Moving to performance and audio quality, again, it's very similar to the original PaMu Slides, same drivers inside, so we are talking about very clean audio quality. Even if you turn the volume all the way down, or if you're playing and pausing a track, you really can't hear any hiss or hum in the background, so there's no signs of digital distortion. Furthermore, there's a nice balance here. It's not going to be the most bass-heavy pair of wireless earbuds that I've tried, but you can definitely notice a thump whenever you're listening to drum beats, lower frequency notes. If you're listening to EDM tracks, it's very enjoyable, but never really overpowers the mids or trebles. Again, the original PaMu Slides were one of the best sounding wireless earbuds that we checked out in the first half of this year, and I can still stand by the fact that these do sound extremely clean and surprisingly well balanced for inexpensive wireless earbuds. Microphone quality is also above average. There's actually 2 mics, one on the top and then one towards the base closer to your mouth pointing down that tries to pick up your voice and cancel out some of the background sounds as you're making a phone call using CVC 6.0, with the overall quality being slightly better than the AirPods in my tests thus far. So that's more or less it as far as our hands-on review of the PaMu Slide Minis. Again, it retains the earbuds completely from before, which is perfectly fine, has excellent ergonomics, has really long battery life, and again, surprisingly strong and solid sound that's very clean. Overall, I do like this quite a bit, but I do think that the name PaMu Slide Mini is a little misleading just because there's really no more sliding mechanism that you get, which was one of the more cool or at least interesting parts of the original's design. With this, the battery case itself is a lot more pedestrian, but if you value portability but still want really solid audio performance and good battery life, I think this is worth a closer look for sure in terms of how it performs. So you can check out more details if you're interested in the links down below. This has been the PaMu Slide Minis, new TWS wireless earbuds with Qualcomm aptX from Padmate.